Meeting of the Board of Governors, and now call to meeting the annual meeting of the Board of Governors Foundation. I want to welcome everyone to the annual Board Foundation meeting. Although we don't discuss it often, the activities of the foundation are extremely important. The Board Foundation provides three primary functions. It manages the Helios and Johnson Scholarship Programs. During 2010, we will have distributed almost $600,000 in scholarships to support 500 students. It supports the Chancellor through supplemental payments, and third, it supports some of the board meeting activities. We are very appreciative of the support the foundation receives from all of its donors, and we wouldn't be able to function without their support. I do want to direct your attention to page 14 behind the foundation tab. This is the budget that was adopted last year, and you can see the expenditures through September 30 and the projected expenditures through the end of the year. At this point in time, it looks like our total expenditures will be under the adopted budget. Also in your packet, beginning with page 16 in the 2009 financial statement, with page 16 is a 2009 financial statement prepared by our auditor. The second item on our agenda is the election of the 2011 officers. And before I move into that, I just want to note that I'm sure that if you guys had any questions about how we were going to proceed, I trust that for the most part they would have been answered during your briefing. But please stop me if you have any questions about what we're doing with the foundation. So our first order of business is the election of officers. Our chair and vice chair of the foundation have historically been the chair and vice chair of this board. And Mikey has served as secretary and Tim as treasurer. At this time, I'll entertain a motion.
Second, and also move we double your salaries.
Notice that died for lack of a second.
Thank you very much. I guess we had several folks who, I guess, provided first and seconds. Mikey, you got it for the minutes, I'm assuming? Okay, great. All in favor signify by saying aye. Great. Thank you very much. And then the third item on our agenda is the consideration of a 2011 operating budget. So our next order of business is the adoption of the operating budget. This can be found on page 15 of your agenda. Yes.
Foundation approve the Board of Governors Foundation, Inc. operating budget for the calendar year 2011 as presented.
Okay. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Great. Motion carries. There's one other item that is not specifically an agenda item that I'd like to place on the floor for your consideration. At this point, we only have one person who signs on the checks for the foundation, and that is our treasurer, and that's Tim Jones. We're thinking, and particularly after some of our conversations with the auditor, that it may make sense to have a second signature to ensure that we have checks and balances. I'm recommending that we have our vice chair of the foundation, who is Dean Colson, serve as a second signature on the account with our treasurer, Tim Jones. So I wanted to put that out for consideration. I don't know if you guys have any questions or thoughts about that, but I thought it may make sense. And Chancellor, I don't know if you have any comments.
No, I think it's a great idea. That will give us the checks and balances, having two signatures. Even though the vice chair is in Miami, he comes to Tallahassee frequently, and on those occasions, and they're not often, when we need those checks signed, we can also FedEx. So it's a great checks and balances system, and a good idea. And by the way, I note that you're giving that responsibility to him in his absence today, which is very appropriate.
So I don't know if you guys have any thoughts. If I could entertain a motion on that, I'd appreciate it. Second. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Is there any further business that we need to bring before the foundation board? Seeing none, meeting is adjourned. I think there are box lunches here in the back for you all. Thank you very much. I will see you in Pensacola, but certainly talk to you before then.